Hi, ladies, and welcome back to the Stay at Home Mom Cooking Academy hosted by Daily Foods. Today is lesson 6, where we're going to go over knife skills. For today's assignment, you'll be sharing in the comments section under the video 3 sentences about knife skills you learned from this video, as well as a skill you tried, how it went, and what you would do differently next time. Additionally, give a 1-sentence description of the knives you currently own and which knives you plan to purchase. And as always, you can find the full text for this lesson in the Stay at Home Mom Cooking Academy textbook PDF. Now let's begin. Every home cook should own a quality set of kitchen knives and know how to use them safely in a variety of ways to create delicious meals for the family. Here is a list of the knives I recommend adding to your collection, as well as a list of techniques you should work to master to make meal prep quick and easy. Every home cook should have a chef's knife. This is an 8 to 10-inch knife. It's a versatile all-purpose knife for chopping, slicing, dicing, and mincing large and small ingredients. I recommend starting with an 8-inch knife. Sometimes a 10-inch knife can be too long. The next important knife to have is called a paring knife. This is 3 to 4 inches. It's a small knife ideal for peeling, trimming, and precise handheld tasks like deveining or coring. The next important knife to have is a serrated knife. This is also referred to as a bread knife. These are usually 8 to 10 inches long and are used for slicing bread, tomatoes, and other soft or crusty foods without crushing them. I would definitely recommend getting a very good quality serrated knife. After you've added those 3 knives to your collection, definitely recommend getting a utility knife. This is a 5 to 7 inches long knife, and it's mid-size, and it bridges the gap between a paring knife and a chef's knife for everyday slicing. And if you plan to be slicing any meat, I definitely recommend a boning knife. This is a 5 to 6 inches knife. Its narrow, flexible blade is used to separate meat from the bone and skin from poultry and fish. Then you'll also want to get a carving or slicing knife. This is an 8 to 14-inch long knife. It has a long, thin blade, and it's used for slicing cooked meats cleanly and evenly. Next is a santoku knife. This is a 5 to 7-inch knife. It's a Japanese-style knife, and it's similar to a chef's knife, but it's excellent for precision chopping and fine slicing. And lastly, if you purchase a set of knives, they'll usually come with a pair of kitchen shears. And these are technically not a knife, but they are a must-have tool for snipping herbs, cutting poultry, and opening packaging. Now I'm going to share with you the 14 most common knife skills for home cooks, including techniques and measurements for accuracy and control. So the first one is chopping. This is a rough cut. It's used as a rocking motion with a chef's knife to produce uniform, half-inch chunks for fast cooking and flavor distribution. This is probably the most common technique that you'll use in a kitchen. Next is dicing. This is precision cutting into small, medium, or large cubes using slicing and cross-cutting motions. In a further video, I'll share with you more details on exactly how to do all of these cuts, but for today's lesson, we're just going with a basic overview. So next is mincing. This is finely chopping ingredients like garlic or herbs into pieces that are about 1/8 of an inch or smaller. Then slicing is clean, even cuts, usually 1/4 to 1/2 inch thick, made with a smooth forward-backward stroke, perfect for meats, vegetables, and fruits. And then julienne is cutting ingredients into matchstick shapes, approximately 1/8 of an inch thick and 2 inches long for stir fries or garnishes. And then brunoise would be taking those matchsticks and then cutting them into 1/8 inch diced cubes. Then you have bâtonnets, which are thicker matchsticks, and these are usually used for French fries or root vegetables. And then chiffonade is for leafy greens and herbs, and you basically stack them up and roll them into a tight bundle and then thinly slice them into ribbons. Now, bias cutting is cutting at a 45-degree angle to create elongated oval slices that cook evenly and look elegant on the plate. Now, segmenting is something you would do to get the insides of a citrus fruit out without including the skin. Now, I'm showing you a video right now of a man that's doing segmenting, but he's also doing it incorrectly. He's holding the fruit in his hand, which is actually very dangerous. But I wanted to show you an incorrect way to do it, as well as what it looks like when the pieces come out of the fruit because they do not contain the skin or the pith. Now, butterflying is horizontally slicing meat like chicken breasts, almost through, then opening them like a book for an even thickness and quicker cooking. And paring is using a paring knife, which is that little small knife, to peel, core, or trim ingredients precisely with a controlled hand movements. And scoring is making a shallow 1/8 of an inch deep cuts in the surface of meat or bread to improve flavor distribution and prevent splitting. So you would score the top of like a loaf of bread, or you would score the top of meat that has skin on it to allow flavor to soak in. Now, the last one would be peeling, and this is to remove an outer layer of fruits or vegetables using a paring knife or a peeler in thin, controlled strips. And that's it for today's lesson of a brief overview of knife skills and to get you prepared for purchasing the knives that you may need to complete this course. Now, for your assignment, be sure to comment in the section below under the video. Write 3 sentences about knife skills that you learned from this video, as well as a skill you tried, how it went, and what you'll do differently next time. Additionally, give 1 more sentence about the knives you currently own, as well as knives that you plan to purchase. All right, well, thanks for watching this lesson of knife skills. And remember that moms cook 1,000 meals a year. So be sure to get in the kitchen and bless your family with some delicious home cooked meals. And I'll see you in the next lesson.